Hi everyone, welcome to Judge Interactive. This is Mujahid and I head the marketing for Judge India. Judge Interactive is our thought leadership platform through which we will bring the perspective of senior leaders on different topics in the form of a talk show or a speaker session. These leaders will be from Judge, from other organizations, industries, domains. We wanted to start Judge Interactive with someone special. So, today we have Mr. Abhishek Agarwal with us, and the topic for today's discussion would be top staffing trends in COVID 19. Abhishek is the Senior Vice President Global Delivery for the Judge Group. He's a dynamic leader with more than 20 years of experience with some of the most trusted global brands. And he's also responsible for the launch and oversight of Judge India. Hi, Abhishek. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for taking out time for this. And how are you, Abhishek?
Hey, Mujahid, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Good, Abhishek. Thank you for asking. So, Abhishek, before we go on the topic, I have another question, right? So, Judge India recently completed 4 years, and so how do you feel since you are responsible for the launch and oversight of Judge India, and where do we plan to go from here?
So, I would say I'm tremendously happy, over the past 4 years of the journey that we have had for Judge India. The company has grown all the way from 5 people to almost like 200, 200 odd 50 people. So, it's been a tremendous growth in the last 4 years, and year on year we have shown some promising and some great results for our parent company, which is the Judge Group. So, the only way is basically up and high. That's the only way we are looking for, and we have a lot of, I would say, potential for growth in the next and upcoming years down the line. So it's an exciting time all in all.
So, Abhishek, now moving to the topic. So, topic is top staffing trends in COVID-19, and who better than you, sharing the insights and updates with us. So, Abhishek, my first question is, what are the top priorities of the recruitment firms in COVID-19?
So see, the major challenge, I would say, the priority, if you ask me, the major priority is basically to get the staff productive. That's been something wherein a lot of staffing companies are struggling on. I judge things are pretty different though. I mean, we really managed to sail through well during these unprecedented times, and even the productivity didn't take that much of a hit. I mean, definitely the productivity went down, but not to a level wherein we have to start for something different in terms of strategy and planning. So productivity is a major problem. Then definitely people are working remote nowadays, so things have changed in terms of the work culture and the methodology. The entire, I would say, framework got changed because of the remote working. So that's the other, I would say, area wherein a lot of companies are finding it difficult. Companies wherein the infrastructure is not robust. I mean, and they did not have that ability to really go remote. All of a sudden, that's where they struggled on in the beginning. So productivity and then keeping the employees, I would say, connected. And the third thing would be, to keep the employees motivated as well. You know, when people they meet each other, there's a vibration which comes into the picture, and that vibration is the source of positive energy. That's the whole reason, people meet. I mean, human being is a social animal. So that vibration is missing, while we are working, talking through internet, through different platforms. But uh, the vibration of meeting people, greeting people, in person is missing. So that these are the three major, I would say, challenges that companies are basically encountering right now.
Very well said, Abhishek. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think being positive, in these times is very important, and I think Judge has been doing that pretty well. Thank you so much. So, Abhishek, my next question is, what are the top recruitment challenges during COVID-19?
See, the challenges would be, Mujahid, basically, a lot of companies are struggling to onboard the people, first of all. Let's say for staffing companies, especially, since everything has gone remote. So, a lot of new processes, I mean, a lot of people are calling about new normal. So, which is a part of, I would say the new processes that's been laid out. Onboarding people remotely is something which has become a norm now. and then managing people remotely. So these are the two major challenges which most of the companies are encountering. Uh, and not the least, but I would say one of the most important aspect is, assimilation of the culture. What was happening earlier when people they used to join in person within the company, at basically at a physical place, they used to get assimilated to the culture. So being at a remote place, joining the company and not meeting the people is basically depriving them, I would say, at least for some time, till the time they really get into the routine. They are basically putting them short on understanding the real culture of the company and real people, of the company. So getting inclusiveness from overall, I would say, companies as well as employees standpoint is definitely a miss. So these are the three major challenges again, that most of the companies are encountering.
Right, Abhishek. Also, we have seen that during this COVID-19 there has been some new trends in every industry, right? So according to you, which staffing trends have emerged during this lockdown in the recruitment industry?
So necessity is the need of invention. I mean, it's an old saying, and I think this COVID situation, while it has gone really bad for all of us, be it in terms of our I would say professions or even at the personal side, for most of the people, it has definitely laid out some new norms. So, for example, remote working, while it has become a problem, at the same time, that's the need of an hour. I mean, if you're not enabled enough to work remotely, the sustainability will become a question. So, that is something which has come out as a new norm. And then, basically using different, I would say, technological tools, platforms, and basically engaging the people remotely again is something that a lot of companies are working on. As I said, the challenge was to engage the people to make them inclusive while onboarding them, but once they are onboarded, I mean, different new tools, different new methods are being utilized to basically keep them engaged and motivated, from company's standpoint. So, a new technology and new norms in terms of the processes are basically the new normal nowadays.
Great. Thank you so much, Abhishek. So, Abhishek, you talked about technologies, right? So, I think that would be my last question. So, what technologies are being leveraged in this era of COVID-19 by the staffing industry? If you can just, let us know more about that, would be great.
So multiple facets have come out, in terms of the technological offerings. So, for example, remote onboarding is something which was not in place big time. While some companies were doing it, but not every and each staffing company was doing that. So it has become a necessity now. So a lot of new tools, the applicant tracking systems, the HRMS tools, they merely, I would say, the onboarding tools, precisely that have become the part and parcel of a daily routine. Then your video platforms, wherein you interact, you manage, you control your teams, and basically you talk to your teams. So a lot of different, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google meetings, and all different platforms have come up, and they're being used like massively. Even this, current session or discussion I'm having with you, Mujahid, is basically again on a video platform, which is over the internet. So that's been in the play now. Uh, and then, the third thing is basically ability to work from home, which was not an easy thing, which is still not an easy thing for a lot of people, but this has become again a new norm wherein people are becoming more and more, I would say, adaptable and agile as to how they can get the productivity out of working from home. So while there are a lot of, I would say, disadvantages, but there's definitely a shining, ray of hope, even in these COVID times.
Very well said, Abhishek. Thank you so much. I think that was a lot of insight, not only for me, but other staffing companies, other organizations. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for being our first guest on Judge Interactive. It was awesome interacting with you. Thank you so much.
No, great, Mujahid. You take care, man. Thank you. Bye bye.